Okay, so we've partially implemented our ship class. We have a init function which sets its start row, start column size and orientation. So we initialize that. We have a method of displaying it, which is basically just dumps out the row, column size and orientation down here. We don't need string. And we have a hit test method that checks to see if a particular row column hits the ship. And then we use that here in this little test function. But I think it would be better if, because here they're not overlapping, this is actually printing out two separate boards. It would probably be better if we built a new board, and instead of printing out just this, instead of having 2 loops or 5 loops, if we have 5 ships, let's just do all this in one. So what we'll do is we will delete the second one. We will create a new board, a test board, and we'll build a test board the same way we built the regular board. So we got a board builder right here. This builds a board. This builds a board with nothing but spaces. And so we'll use that. So test board. So we don't need it to be self because this is just a test board. Test board. And we're just going to fill it with spaces. And so then test board equal x, tst, sub row column equal x, and then we don't need any of this. So we fill our test board with x. Oh, sorry. We fill our test board with spaces. We loop through the rows and the columns of the board. And if the hit test returns true, we set it to an X. Now, the only deal is we want to go for ship in self.ships. And instead of this being ship sub 0, it's just the ship. Okay, so what this should do is this should give us, well, if we print it, so now we got to print the board. So here's the display. This actually will display it. We really want it to display like this, but so this is display. So I'll tell you what, let's create. Well, this is going to use the internal board, and we want to use now a board that gets passed in. So let's just say board. Let's make this the board that got passed into the function. And then let's just call self.display the test board. Okay, so board gets passed in, but now when we call display somewhere up here, okay, so we're calling board display. So this one's okay, this one's okay, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna change this. We're gonna make this be print board, and then we'll put another method here display self, and what it will do is it will print board self dot board. Okay, let's see how this crashes. For ship in, bang bang. Okay, print board. Guess we should learn how to spell. Okay, print board is not defined. Print board. Up here, this one. Self.print board. Okay, who's complaining? 270. So, okay, so now how are we doing here? So we're still printing the board from display. That's fine. Board object has no attribute ship. That's on line 250. Well, it's not self. This is just the ship. Okay. All right. So we can see we got one ship, horizontal of 5. And a second ship, vertical of 2. Okay. So that means we can add a third ship. In fact, we don't need this. We just need this. Ship 1. Ship 2, and then we're going to start this one on row 2, column 7, and we'll make it a 3. So now we've got 3 ships. 1, 2, 3. Let's put one more ship on this E row here. Let's put this one on row 4. Let's make it horizontal 2. Let's start in column 3. Let's start in column 2. And let's make the size 4. So now we have 4 ships. And this is I expected. We went too far. So let's just go column 1. Okay. Yeah, that's right. So that one was over here before. So, you know, we're getting somewhere. So this is our board, and these are our ships. So we'll need to get information from the user on a square that hasn't been guessed yet. Do a hit test and then put some marks here. I think I'm going to start off with all spaces here instead of zeros. Or I could just leave the zeros. So 0 means not guessed. A 1 will mean guessed, and a 2 will mean a hit. That's just how we're going to do this one. So when they're playing the game, they will get a guess. And then they will pass that guess to the board somehow and see if we get a hit. Now for development purposes, I'm going to keep it like this. I don't need this one. So I don't need to print out the ships there. So where's that at? Board. I don't need to print the ship. This one tests the ships. This one sets up the ship. Where am I printing the ships? Okay. Right here. We don't want to print the ships. Okay. Okay, so we start here. We call the init function, which we don't need to see that anymore. So we know the init function is getting called. Okay, so we start out, we print the board, we print the ships, we're printing the board again, we're calling play. Play doesn't need to display the board anymore. Not there anyway. Oh, this one's before play, this one's after play, so let's just clean some of this up. So where's this first display? So right here, the init, we don't need to display the board there anymore. Okay, so this one dumps the board, this one dumps the ships. Now we need to get guesses and then encode them. Come down here to board. So right now we've got zeros and spaces. We've got board and board display. And it's overly complicated, so we're going to get rid of board display. And then program should still run because we're not calling that. It does. Then we get to play the game. Okay, so where's this stuff where I'm printing out the ships? Test ships. Test ships. Okay, so we can put this here. We might as well just put this inside too. Okay, so we come down. We set the board size. We fill the board with the zeros. We set up the ships, and then we display the board. And we test the ships. Okay, let's figure out where this is missing at now. So we got to go 222. Not you. Nope, not you. We got to go there. Oops, no, we got to call it display. Now we just go to 222. So 222 here, display board. Here, display board. Fine. Okay, so that's all good. In the next one, I'm going to get a guess from the user to try to hit a board.